Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, good morning. Yeah, we are looking at S&P 500 futures, slightly positive, NASDAQ futures, slightly negative. The ongoing story is of some kind of threat from AI to software companies. Maybe that's affecting NASDAQ. We'll see as the day unfolds. But I have a feeling that we are going to end the day in the red, and gold is going to continue to go up. And the reason I'm thinking that way is because at this point of time, the geopolitical issues are not yet resolved. They're still the same. In fact, we have new issues with Iran. So things are slightly worse than the same they were earlier. The other thing is that the global economy seems to be weak. There will be more money printing, more easy money policies. And if you look at US itself, there is no meaningful strategy or action taken to handle the 38 trillion plus growing deficit, the indebtedness. So overall, it seems to me that the path for DXY is down and the path for gold is up. And if there is more easy money policy, then I think we are going to look at things looking very dangerous indeed. Because right now, I think everything is a hodgepodge, whether it is the FDA, the way it functions, or whatever. Anyway, let's cut out my rant on that and let's focus on the stock market itself. So S&P 500, let's say what's happening out here. Of course, the other day I said I rule out this being a head and shoulder pattern because the head is below the right shoulder. So that's out of the question. But what we are seeing here is definitely tending towards either a bull flag or a potential bear channel. We'll have to see a few more candles in order to be clear where it is going. I'm just going to drag out this line out here, which has been checked multiple times on both sides. And this happens to be at 6,933.50. That is the support for today. And you can see that the candle for today bounced off that level. Yesterday, we closed just above that. We came down, we bounced off from here. The key importance of this line is that if today S&P 500 manages to stay above this, I think we would have an opportunity of considering this to become a bull flag and potentially move upward, only to be challenged by the resistance at 7,042. However, if we break down below this, then this will become a resistance. And if it is confirmed, then the next support for us would be 6,861, and we'll have 6,933.50 become a resistance. And that's not a good situation to be in. So that said, I'm looking at the market sentiment, which is bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is just at average. So today will turn out to be a very critical day for S&P 500. Now, futures. Now let's look at NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ futures is down 0.20% in pre-market trades. We have a resistance at 25,737.25. But right now, it seems like yesterday's close, which happened at around, I would say, 25,419, is kind of behaving like a resistance right now. So when the market opens, we have to see if we are able to break out above this. If we break out above this, then I am pretty sure that the next resistance is 25,731.25. So it will be easy moving, maybe a little bit of consolidation before we reach that. We are not going to reach that today itself, but that's the resistance. And in terms of support, I think that we could probably get some support at around 25,151.25. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average. So NASDAQ is not looking that good. I would like to buy SQQQ, but my trading platform will not allow me to buy before 8 o'clock. And as you know, I start the live stream at 8. So I haven't bought SQQQ. I'll see if it is still an opportunity later on. Now we're looking at dollar index, which is up mildly. It's up 7 cents. That's around 0.08%. We are forming kind of bullish pennant out here. If this happens to break out on the upside, then I think we'll have some amount of resistance at 97.899. So I'd like to see what happens out here, because This is a bear flag, and the bear flag typically has to break down out here. But if we consider this to be a flagpole and this to be a pennant, probability of breaking out is there. So right now, I'd like to see a few more candles emerge out here so that I can know for sure that we are breaking down on this large bear flag. If we do that, then I think I'll have to plot a new target. But right now, the old bear flag gives us a target of 95.459 for DXY. So I'm going to stick with that until we get a clear idea of what is happening out here. Overall market sentiment is bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is below average. And hi, good morning, Inf. VIX is down 0.78%. It's being held by this diagonal line of resistance, which has been a line of support for quite a while, and then turned into a line of resistance. So once we break out above this, then the next resistance is 18.20. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. Right now, gold is still on its way up. It's up 1.80%. It has recovered almost 50% of the original drop that happened over 3 days. We are in day 2 of the rebound. So at the end of the day today, if we close above 5,008.93, that will be a good outcome. And if the following day we confirm this line of support, that will be the best outcome that I could expect. Overall, market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is still above average with plenty of room on the RSI. I personally think that gold has to go up. I gave you the reasons at the beginning of the video, so I won't repeat that again, but I have doubled down on gold. I'll see what happens as the day goes by. Put call ratio is almost neutral. Let's look at the 10-year yield. It's still, I believe, moving in the direction of 4.387, which is our interim target, and our final target is 4.415. We have 2 bearish candles out here. The candle from 3rd of February, it's a very bearish candle that could push the price downwards, but we are watching today's candle, which is a green candle, and still it has got a long wick on the top. Any candle with a long wick on the top tells me that sellers are in action and sellers have prevailed. So right now sellers are prevailing. So if you look at it and translate it into yields, it would mean that yield is being pushed down. And we'll have to see how this candle ends up. We need to top out above 4.30 in order to meet a target of 4.415. But if we don't do that, then this bull flag scenario goes away, and we would probably start coming back down again with the support at 4.161. So it could go either way. So let's watch and see what happens. Right now, we are broken out of the bull flag, and the target is 4.384. This formation out here is what I'm watching. I want to make sure it's a bullish pennant and breaks out on the upside. Now that said, let's go and have a look at AI. We are looking at NVDA, which is down 0.13% in pre-market trades. Earlier, yesterday, we had a bunch of supports which have now become resistances, and I'm going to mark 183.17 also as a resistance. Pre-market, we are at 180.14, and our first resistance is at 183.31, and initial support could be at 138.01. Market sentiment is turning neutral. MACD is bearish, momentum is below average, so there's a little bit of let off on NVIDIA. Now let's look at Meta. Meta is down 0.53%. It will get support at 676.00. Gap fill is being done at this point of time, in my opinion. I'm going to take away this cup and handle target from here. It doesn't matter anymore. Let's go to Google. Google is up 1.26%. This evening after hours, we're going to have earnings from Google. Is it going to be a buy the rumors, sell the news event? Hi, hot dog. That's the question. I still have a target out here for Google at 371.95. And as long as we are above the bull channel, I think that we are still on track to go for 331.56. But given the fact that we have been going up, and up, and the earnings are due now, I can't but help think that probably we are in a buy the rumor, sell the news event. So once the earnings are out, probably Google shares could drop. Am I going to put my money into any of these theses? No, it's very risky. I'm not absolutely sure. So when unsure, stay on the sidelines is what I'm doing this year. Amazon is up 0.20% in pre-market trades. Earnings are coming out on the 5th after hours. Right now, the support that we had yesterday has been converted into a resistance. So both the support lines have become resistances, out of which I think the first resistance is 242.22. And our support is going to be initially at 235.07. If you look at the market sentiment, it's bullish, MACD is bearish, momentum is still above average, but dropping a little bit. And then we look at Apple. Apple is up 0.20% in pre-market trades, and we have this resistance at 262.56 from yesterday, which has been converted into a support. And I think we have not yet confirmed the support because we closed below. So this morning, I'm hopeful that we are going to be able to challenge the resistance, which happens to be at around 274.63, and also end up confirming the support line at 262.74. So that said, market sentiment is rapidly improving. It's tending towards neutral. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. We also have dividend of 26 cents coming up. It's not that meaningful a dividend, but nevertheless, there is some dividends out there. So all of those effects can take us all the way up to 9th of February. I expect us to be below this diagonal line of resistance until 9th of February, and then we'll see if this resistance pushes us down to test the support at 262.60. Microsoft is down 0.06% in pre-market trade. Yet another support that we had plotted at 416.21 has been converted into a resistance. So we are looking for new supports that we can find. And I think let us look at the safest support. Let us just recalibrate the chart once more and look at the safest support that we can stand by. Okay, I'm going to draw a line of support out here. I think this could be the next support. It's going to be at 399.10. That I think is the next support that we may get for Microsoft. Market sentiment is very bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average. I have some Microsoft on the Canadian side. I'm still waiting to dollar cost average because the downtrend seems to be very severe, and I do not see any indication of anything bullish out here. The possibility of a dead cat bounce is definitely there, but the chances of going to 399.39 seems to be overwhelming at this point of time. I would like to hear from you guys what is happening with Microsoft. I can always use some thoughts and ideas from elsewhere. So please do put your 2 cents on it. We have Tesla, which is down 0.24% in pre-market trade. Resistance is at 427.28 and support is at 406.50. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average. If not now, then when is the question I'm asking myself, because we have broken down below the head and shoulder pattern, and ideally we should be moving towards 366.54, but that movement is not happening fast enough. I'm going to draw this line further to say that for today we are going to get support at 406.50. Oracle continues to move down. It's down 0.32% in pre-market trade. There's a gap fill that needs to happen, and if that gap fill happens, I think that we are going to get support at 150.82. Next, let us look at AMD. Info saying service software, service is getting absolutely wrecked, and so have bombarded. Okay, AMD is down 9.48, and even now my AMDD is not in profit. My AMDD purchase price is at 10.21. So I have to take a decision what to do about AMDD, and I'm hopeful that having dropped to 220.21, We have converted 220.21 into a resistance. We are right now at 219.14. I'm going to watch what happens today. I believe overall the market is very close to dropping because after the earnings, what is the catalyst? And also some economic news is getting postponed because of the shutdown, the same excuse. You know what? I have a very interesting observation. Again, some of our viewers who are Americans who don't like me dissing on America are going to get pissed off a little bit. But just hear me out on this one. Because our money is involved here, right? So I think I would like to get your feedback as well. I have seen these YouTube videos on pickpockets in Italy and elsewhere. What they do is they operate as a group. They create a lot of diversions and distractions while your pocket is being picked. So while you're focusing on other things, where your attentions are drawn to other things, they have taken your wallet and they just move away and they pass it on to somebody else. And then your wallet is gone for good and you won't get it again. Now, if you look at what is happening in the US, it is that President Trump is keeping on throwing a whole lot of distractions. He's suing somebody for $10 billion, like IRS. I mean, it's his own IRS. Then he's suing a newspaper for $1 billion. And he's making wild statements knowingly. The thing is, the way US is operating right now is that you keep on doing worse and worse things so that the media doesn't know where to look at. And in the process, a lot of atrocious things which under other presidents would have been national headlines gets buried because our media is also eyeball driven. Nobody wants to lose the latest news. And Epstein is the biggest problem. And in order to bury Epstein, we are having so many distractions, including affecting a president and threatening Greenland, making Canada the 51st state, and a whole lot of things, the shutdown of Kennedy Center, the attacks in Minnesota. Everything is uncalled for. Nothing was called for. All of those things are absolute distractions. And unfortunately, my prediction is that there is no focus on the 38 trillion debt. More money is being spent. The debt is only increasing. Fed is becoming again something. Fed should be a boring institution which does not come into the picture, but it's getting politicized. And again, apologists will say everybody's dissing on Trump. So many people are suing him and this and that. But the thing is, if he continues doing bad things, how will bad outcomes not happen? Right? So that's what I am thinking. And now I'm looking at AMD also, and I'm thinking that here, if you put a line out here, this is a double top. And I think the neckline for the double top would happen to be this line out here, which is 203.52. So I want to watch if we fall below 203.52, in which case I would like to draw a target, and that target would encompass the gap fill that needs to happen out here. So once the earnings news is over, there is no new catalyst, and this was a negative catalyst for AMD. Now let's go on to SMCI. SMCI is down 8.32. Sorry, SMCI is up 8.32%. I've got to sell off my SMCZ. It's incurred a heavy loss, and it's going to take me ages to recover that loss, but I got to sell it off. The earnings have been spectacular. 40.90% surprise in EPS and revenue surprise of 21.69. So after having dropped significantly, I think it has dropped all the way from, it had dropped all the way to minus 52%. Now it has recovered around 4% in pre-market. So I'm thinking that at the most it can get a resistance today at 33.56. So I won't sell SMCZ right now, immediately, because there is this euphoria. I'll get a little bit of a dip in there. That is when I'll sell off SMCZ and get away from this for good. Next, I got Broadcom. Broadcom is down 0.41% in pre-market trade. We still have this neckline that we had to break down from. Broadcom is showing a whole lot of weakness, but it has not crossed the neckline. It has not breached the neckline. Once it breaches the neckline, we'll have a target for Broadcom. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish. and also momentum is below average, so it's looking weak. Palantir is down 1.44%. I took profits yesterday itself on Palantir, and I just have no stake of Palantir. So I'm happy to see the drop out here. And with this, we have gone below this diagonal line of resistance. And I think that now this diagonal line of resistance will offer resistance today at 158.78. Right now we are at 155.50. We have a little gap fill to be done out here. So I would say that for today, the support will be 151.39. Next, let us look at SMH. SMH is down 0.61% in pre-market trades. Our earlier support has become a resistance, and for today, this resistance is going to be at around 403.92. Right now, here at 395.25. Our next support is going to be at 390.09. Tempus AI is up 0.25%. We have a resistance at 59.39. Again, my Tempus AI is also at a loss. It seems like I can't pick any winners. So whenever I have a winner, I'm just taking the profits. I'm just accumulating the profits, because if I don't accumulate the profit, the winning position also ends up becoming a loser, and it all accumulates. So that's what I am doing right now. So I have already accumulated a good amount of profits, 4-digit profits in most of my trading accounts, thanks to taking profits on gold, and thanks to taking profits on Palantir and a few other shares. So I have to do the same for Tempus when the opportunity comes. With that said, I want to just show you Rigetti. Rigetti has dropped down below all the support levels. Now we have a line of support out here, which is going to be at around 13.91. That's a point where there could be a bounce back. So let me see where exactly that is. Let me draw a line so that we can actually adjust it properly and see where it falls. 13. Okay, this is where I would put. So that would take us nicely to 14.30, which is the target for that head and shoulder out there. And this line is at 13.83. So 13.83 seems to be the support that we have, and I think we are moving in that direction. So for today, the resistance is 18.60. We are at 18.06, and let us go on and have a look at Genomics. Pfizer. Okay, so Pfizer had a cup and handle target which I was following. It dipped down a little bit and just bounced back up again. So I'm a little bit thankful about that. This diagonal line of support, I want to adjust by taking it down here. This seems to be the actual line of support that we are following. Fortunately for us, we have not fallen below the base of the cup. So I'm still hopeful of the target of 28.13. We have a resistance today at 26.01, and this diagonal line of support is going to be active for us today at 25.18. Let's look at Prime. Prime is up 0.79% in pre-market trades, and for today the support is at 3.84. And pre-market, we are at 3.84. Market sentiment is bullish, but tending to neutral. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average. So unless there is some news about Prime, I think that this positive sentiment might possibly fizzle out after the market opens. Next, we look at Intelia, which is up 0.23%. Support continues to be at 12.32. Caribou Biosciences is flat in pre-market trades. Support continues to be at 1.50. Beam Therapeutics is up 0.29% in pre-market trades. I think there will be resistance at 29, and we'll get some support at 27.51. Pre-market, we're at 27.97. Art Indian is flat in pre-market trades. This is some kind of a bullish pennant formation. I want to see how it breaks out. Hotdog is saying you should explain your thoughts on software as a service and solar on the ShareTreck Substack if I am interested. Hot Dog many times if just puts a comment out there to keep things going. So I think he was just making a dingbat comment, but I'm not sure. Inf has got a lot of different thoughts. So Inf, we would also be glad to hear from you. Maybe I'm mistaken. So it'll be interesting to hear from you, Inf. Okay, going on ahead. If this is a bullish pennant, our breakout should be on the upside. So we'll watch for that. The bullish thesis is supported by the fact that we have a positive market sentiment, we have a positive bullish MACD, and momentum is above average with plenty of room on the RSI. So I'm thinking that things should look good for autoimmune as long as this pattern doesn't turn bearish. Editas is flat in pre-market trade, and we have a support at around 1.91. Illumina is up 0.73% in pre-market trades, and we have a resistance which developed yesterday, and that resistance is going to hold us at 137.67. Right now we are at 136.42. So we are looking for confirmation of this diagonal line of resistance as a resistance. For that, we'll have to close below 135.20. However, because this is a confirmed support, the chances of us closing above this diagonal line of support is pretty high. So I'm looking forward to Illumina picking up and going back to close above this diagonal line of resistance, which is an unconfirmed resistance at this time. I have CRISPR. CRISPR is almost neutral in my portfolio. We are at $52. I'm still betting on the possibility that we will get back into 53.21 channel, where 53.21 will become the resistance support and 56.32 will become the resistance. But for today, unfortunately for us, 53.22 is still the resistance. Pre-market, we are flat at $52. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is also below average. And the only thing I'm going for is the past range. I could have misread the range, in which case we could come all the way down to 48.06, and it wouldn't be the first time that I might have jumped the gun and taken an iffy decision to buy something. So I always continue to learn new things about myself, and yeah, we'll see what happens with CRISPR. Allogene is up 0.57% in pre-market trade. Grail is up 0.04%. We will continue to get support initially at 97.04 and then at 93.58. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is above average. So the verdict is still out on what would happen with Grail. We'll have to see more. We'll have to see more candles come out. I'm going to draw a trend line out here to show that we are on a bullish channel out here, and this bull channel could probably extend a longer period of time as these candles develop, and that could be our biggest clue to the price action for Grail. Maybe we won't get to see a bullish pennant or something else. It's just going to be a plain boring trend line. We'll see what happens. PSCB is flat in pre-market trades. It's got right now it's at 2.04, and it's got a resistance which is going to be at 2.12, and I think the initial support could come at 2.01. Next, let's look at ARCG, which is up 0.23%, and it's got a resistance at 31.12. Right now, it's at 30.39. So it will get initial support at 29.97. Vertex is flat in pre-market trades. It's going to get support today at 463.29. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 0.91%, and it's going to get support at 9.39. Let's go on to Precision, which is up 0.63%. It's going to get a resistance at 4.95, and that resistance will push it down, and it could get potential support at 4.42. Eli Lilly has got some good news with its earnings, and it's up 8.36%. So it's coming very close to the resistance. And today it's going to get resistance at 1,107.90. That's the resistance. And right now it's at 1,089.11, and it should get some support at 1,065.50. That's the range. Market sentiment is very bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is below average. But once the market opens, there's going to be a sea change out there. It will turn around. You also have a decent $1.73 dividend out there on Eli Lilly. Next, I want to look at Ultragenics, which is up 0.16%. We have broken out of the bull flag. We want to confirm this support, and we confirmed the support yesterday because we closed above 24.72. So I'm looking forward to us bouncing back up and starting to do the gap fill. So that's what I'm looking for. Pre-market, there are no trades as yet. Just going to quickly look at Rocket. It's up 0.39%, but still I have a lot of losses that I have to take care of for Rocket. And we have a resistance at 20.40, and right now we are at 20.43. So this resistance is going to perform the role of a support. Let me just mark this as green, and I'm hoping that tomorrow we have a candle that will confirm this as a support, and that will close above this today. That's the way I think we can recover from here. I'm going to ditch this target out here if we fall back below, and if we break down below this cup and handle pattern out here, the bottom of the cup. So that's what I think I will do. Right now, this cup and handle target doesn't appear to be assured. The probability has dropped significantly. We'll see how it goes. Next, I'm going to look at United Health for Uddhav. We have a target of 277.57. Right now, we're at 282.40, which means that we are already very close to this target, and we have 4 or 5 bear candles that have come up. So I'm still holding on to the target of 277.57. Once that target is met, then I will see what formation we have here and give further guidance. He also wants to look at team, which is down 0.80%. We have a target for team of 94.95 or $95. Let us go with $95. So there's plenty of room down there for it to fall further. Pre-market has fallen 84 cents or 0.80%. It's at 104.16. That said, I'd like to go to the currency section and quickly take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is up $97.63. It's up 0.11%, but looking very weak indeed. We are continuing to move down. Now we have converted a support into resistance, and that resistance happens to be at 76,253.08. That's going to be the support for resistance for today. And the support for today is sitting somewhere around, I would say, $72,850. That's going to be the support. And we are going to come down further because we have a target of 70,920 for Bitcoin. Now, that said, I think I would like to have a quick look at XRP USD, which has also been going down significantly. Again, the formation out here to me looks bearish. Probably this diagonal line of support of the parallel channel is supporting it. It's gone down to 1.58. So dollar cost averaging, not yet. I would like to wait and see us coming very close to this parallel channel, at which point I predict a bounce back. Right now, MACD is bearish. Market sentiment is absolutely bearish. And we are in for a dead cat bounce. I think that's what we are seeing here with a gain of 0.14 or 0.12%. Let's wait for the market open and we'll take it from there. And just before we close, I just want to have a quick look at gold and see where it's going. Yeah, it's looking pretty healthy indeed. So if this was the bull flag and bull flag pull, this entire section, then this was the bull flag and then the breakout. And I think we should definitely challenge 5,709.54 at this point of time. So gold seems to be in a good place overall. I would like to hear from you guys what you think about gold. And if, do you have anything about that comment that you made, or is it a dingbat comment you made just like that? Hot Dog is interested, so please reply to him. With that said, I think I would like to bring this video to an end. Hot Dog, do you have any tips for me? I checked out all the Chinese stocks that you mentioned in our Substack. They are quite interesting, but since I already have some negative positions, I have not yet gone into it. Today I'm eyeing SQQQ. I think will be a great bet against QQQ. We are right now in the red. It's 8:34 a.m. My brokerage only allows me to start pre-market trading at 8 a.m. So after this live stream is over, I'm going to be investigating the possibility of buying SQQQ and how long I'll hold it. Because I think if it falls, it would get support at around 25,152. So I'm thinking that's where I'd like to put some money. I'm probably saying I think this year is a lot of volatility and major sector rotation. Yes, for sure. Okay, guys, thanks. Have a great day. Bye for now and go have breakfast and start my trading. See you later. Thanks for joining.